So yeah, I was supposed to make this question and answer video like a few days ago. I actually did end up making the video, but then the video was too long because I have a restriction on my YouTube, so only allowed 15 minutes. So I'm gonna really super try not to babble on too much. So I'll start with the first question that I got, and these are all from Tumblr. I didn't really get any questions on YouTube so much. Excuse my hair, I just got a shower a while ago. It's kind of all messy like. iiapexoxii asked me, I just watched your video and I have a question for you. I'm a med student. I barely get enough time to sleep because of all the stuff I've got to study. I try not to hang around with people who mundane talk a lot. Also, I badly lack devotee association in my life. My parents are Krishna conscious, but I don't stay with them. I kind of find it hard doing this alone, and I don't have enough time to chant 16 rounds. Do you think I'm just finding excuses not to do it? Are you a student? Could you please advise me on how to stay more Krishna conscious? Because it's been 11 to 12 years since I've been introduced to Krishna consciousness, but I'm still fallen in this deep, dark material pit of Maya. Thank you for your videos. They inspire me a lot. Hare Krishna. May Krishna bless you always, and you are so lovely. Thank you. Okay, so clearly you're not making up excuses if you can't even sleep because, you know, you got so much stuff to do. Yeah, I mean, if you're constantly studying to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not even going to sleep at this point, you know, that's a lot of busyness, and that's not fun. You know, it's gonna be hard to stay Krishna conscious when you're so busy. I'm not a student, so I can't really connect on that kind of level. I think if you can try to like give yourself a schedule more, like I'm not really for schedules because schedules can kind of eat you away because they can make you think like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do this, and then, you know, you're afraid of like what time it is and you have to hurry up and make sure you fit it in these little square boxes of time. But for you particularly, and for people who are really busy, schedules are pretty good. So if you can like try to fit in time in the morning for devotional service and then try to fit in time in the evening and then before bed, that's like pretty good for you in your circumstance. And set a schedule of where you're going to study, and then after you study, do some kind of chanting, read, watch a lecture, listen to mantras while you're studying. You know, just bring Krishna into it and pray to Krishna, you know, before and after, just to be like, Krishna, I want to be with you, but I have to do all this stuff, so can you be with me during this? Yeah, so Krishna's always with you, and yeah, so I think the schedule thing will probably help you out to try to fit in time. Anonymous asks me, how do you surrender to Lord Krishna? What does it mean to surrender? Please explain. Surrendering to Krishna is surrendering your will for his will. Surrendering your desires for his desires. Yeah, so you're no longer wanting to live your own material-ish life. For example, Krishna, I have free time. Should I A, worship you, or B, watch television? Well, I actually feel like watching TV because I had a long day and I would like to unwind. Or, you know, your true self is like, no, I want to serve Krishna. So that's the point of surrender, of when you give up what you want to do for what Krishna wants you to do. That's just an example. Or you're like, should I make prasadam for Krishna? Or should I just go eat out because I'm too lazy to make dinner? So, yeah, those are just simple ways you can surrender. Also, surrendering means giving up any kind of hope. I mean, that sounds depressing, but I don't mean it in that way. Like, there was a Bhakti-Vikas Swami lecture talking about how surrender to Krishna is like hopelessness because you lose all of your own desires. You're like, okay, I put all my hope in you. You are all my strength. You are my everything. That is surrender. And, you know, the story of Draupadi, who, you know, the offense of Draupadi, you know, with the sari story, I don't know if you know that, but when she was getting her sari ripped off in the assembly of all the men, and she tried to hold it herself, she looked to her husband and was like, hey, you guys gonna do anything about this? And nobody did anything, and then finally she surrendered into Krishna, and then Krishna was able to save her. So, as you can see there, Krishna was not going to save her until she gave up all hope and put all her hope in him, all her trust in him. She couldn't do it herself. Nobody else could save her except Krishna. So surrender to Krishna and know that he's the only one that can ever guide you on the right path. If all you want is him, then he's the only one that can lead you to him. So yes, Hare Krishna. Okay, Anonymous says, I've done things in my life which I think are unforgivable. I want to know if Lord Krishna can forgive me. It's a weird question, I know, but it's eating me away. I've been trying to make amends to my life, undo my mistakes, but still these thoughts come into my head and I don't want to think about it. I pray not out of fear because I want the Lord to love me, for I love him, but I feel maybe of my past I'm incapable of being loved, and I'll end up alone and I'll die alone, and I'm scared. There's nothing that you can do that can stop Krishna from loving you. Krishna loves all beings. He knows all beings, past, present, and future. He knows everything you've done, so there's really nothing that you can hide from him. There's nowhere you can hide where he won't find you. So pretty much you can try to hide those things, and you can try to close your mind and like say, I don't want to think about them, but he already knows them. He already knows what you've done. So all you can do is humbly be like, Krishna, I've made mistakes. Krishna, please forgive me. That's all you can say, because Krishna will forgive you. Krishna is the most forgiving. He is so merciful, and he likes to show mercy because he loves his devotees. Also know that the guilt that you feel is a blessing from Krishna, because there's tons of people who do all sorts of stuff and never feel guilty. Some people still drink. Some people still dabble in sex life. Some people still, maybe even eat meat. I don't know where people are in their walks, but everybody is in a different stage. And if you look back at what you used to do and then you just feel guilty about it, then you're never going to be able to grow, because you've had those experiences and you felt that guilt for a reason. And that guilt, Krishna is allowing you to feel that guilt so you can discriminate between right and wrong. Also, just know that Krishna even forgave Sisupala, who was a demon and was constantly harassing Krishna and was harming people, and he was born a demon from a curse, and it was prophesied that Krishna would kill him, but his mother, Sisupala's mother, begged Krishna, please do not kill him, even after his 100 offenses, but Krishna still forgave him, even after his 100 offenses, and he was able to enter into Krishna's heart when Krishna did kill him, because it was a prophecy. That was a blessing, because he was cursed, and then in this life he was blessed by Krishna, because we all know that even the demons who were killed by Krishna is like so much of a blessing. We all know that all the people who died in Krishna's presence during the Kurukshetra war, they all got to enter into Krishna out of Krishna's mercy. So Krishna loves his devotees. He loves to be with his devotees, and he loves to forgive his devotees, because he cares about you, and he wants you to come home to him, and he wants you to only want him. And if you feel guilty about the things that take you away from him, then that means that all you want is him. So think of it that way, and think that there's nothing that Krishna doesn't see. So if you feel like you have to just confess it to him and say, just let it all out, that Krishna, look at all the stuff that I've done wrong, can you please just let me know that you forgive me? He will let you know that he forgives you. So I remember one time I was praying for something that I did horribly wrong, or something in the past that was eating me away, and I was crying, and then I just felt like he was holding me and saying, there's nothing that you could do that's gonna stop me from loving you, because you've already given me your heart. I already have you. I already have your heart now. So what could you do that would make me get rid of it? Because you're mine and I'm yours at this point. So we're on this walk together. You're on this walk with Krishna. Krishna will help you destroy the demons of your guilt and your past and everything. So yeah, okay. Whew. Anonymous asks, I wish I could be more open about being a Hare Krishna. I wish I had the courage to wear tilak and chant japa openly, but I hate that I care what people think. How do I be more bold in that respect? I'm a very introverted person too. Hare Krishna. So I think to be bold in that respect is to have a bold love for Krishna. love Krishna boldly and keep him in every aspect of your life. So if you're praying to Krishna in the beginning of your day, you can bring him into all aspects of your life. So yeah, to just like love Krishna so much that you don't care what people think. Pray to Krishna in the beginning of the day and say, Krishna, please give me the strength to do this. You know, you're not going to do it all in one day. Try to set goals for yourself. Maybe today I will wear tilak, and then maybe tomorrow I will try to chant japa more openly, or whatever. Set small goals, because if you suddenly jump into it, it might be too hard and you might get discouraged. So also know that you're trying to satisfy the true self of people, not their outside egos. So with that in mind, know that if there's something that you do, like chanting, they're going to benefit from it, even if their egos don't allow them to think that they are. So yeah, okay. I'm going to be a doctor soon in a few years. How do you think I can serve Krishna in this way? Do you think it can help me advance in Krishna consciousness? I'm trying not to babble on this too much because I don't know 100% too much about this topic personally, but I think that if you keep in mind that birth, disease, and death can happen at any moment, that's what being a doctor is going to show you. That do not blame it for the living or the dead. I mean, that's how you can really put that into practice. And yeah, I think being conscious of the fact that life is like but a vapor and it comes and goes in like a day, and, you know, and that to Krishna is like a blink of the eye. So you being around that will kind of get a view from it, from what it's like, you know, from maybe Krishna's perspective, or like the devas, they see that, you know, life on earth is so quick and it could come and go at any moment. So yeah, also if you look up lectures on like career choices in Krishna consciousness, I'm sure you can find some stuff too. How and when did you get introduced to Krishna consciousness, and how old are you? Yeah, I got introduced when I was spring of 2012. I'm going to make a testimony video about how I came to Krishna consciousness and how I got to the point that I am today, because it's a very long topic. I could go on and on about it because it's actually a lot of kind of crazy stuff, a lot of bumps in the road, that some kind of miracle stuff, so it's really cool. I will talk about that in another video, I promise. Okay. Then that girl iiapexoxii also asked me if I will be your friend because you don't have any Krishna conscious friends. Yes, of course I will, because I know how important that is. Okay. How do you offer foods and flowers to a deity? Any particular prayer or thing said? I will post a link below on the prayer that is to be said with that. Also, it can be as simple as, Lord Krishna, please accept this humble offering. And then iiapexoxii also asked me, I'm not sure if you're going to see this, but this has been something on my mind for a long time. I don't mean to blaspheme any devotee of the Lord, because that would be the worst kind of sin. But this one thing disturbs me. I follow a few devotees on Instagram to view their Krishna-related posts, but it bewilders me why some of them, especially the Matatis, post photos of themselves that are so revealing and borderline superficial. What disturbs me even more is that some of the very devoted Prabhus comment on such photos saying it's cute/hot. It really boggles my mind. Please enlighten me. Am I overreacting to this? Hare Krishna. No, you're not overreacting, because, you know, it's common to get offended by what Krishna gets offended by. There's a lecture that I'm going to link in the description, and I highly suggest it for like everybody, especially you. It's by iiapexoxii, and it's called Being Nice and Being Strict. So there's a difference between being nice and just letting people do whatever they want, and being strict in a sense that you actually care about their true self. So to let them do whatever they want because, oh, it's a free world, you know, we have free will, or just to be like, you know what, I'm looking out for you because I know that you want to follow Krishna. And yeah, we can't just allow our fellow devotees to do whatever, even if we know that it's against what Krishna wants. You know, try not to be rude to people, of course, but to be guiding in a way that that's not what Krishna wants from you. You know, it's avoid flattery. So those Prabhus are flattering these women, and these women are showing themselves where they shouldn't be showing themselves. You're not overreacting. Yes. Okay. So, thanks for watching. Sorry if I didn't answer these questions as good as they could be. I was trying to be sort of quick. I'll post all the links that I said that I would. Yeah, I will post my testimony video soon-ish. Thanks for watching. Hare Krishna.